What if you aren't actually struggling with a lack of motivation or with laziness or a lack of potential? But instead, what if your biggest limitation right now is the fact that you don't have ownership over your resources? Our lives can only expand to the extent that we are resourced. Because I think eventually on this path, the question shifts away from who am I or what are my patterns? But how do we get to a place where we are actually materially sovereign? The resources and energy domain simply asks, what can your system currently sustain? What is your energy currently organized around? And maybe most importantly is, does your current structure, does your current schedule and your day-to-day life, are they aligned with the future that you're calling in? One of the most powerful things that you can do is a simple audit. Habits, but also responsibilities, relationships. Look across time, how you're spending your time. Look across how you're spending your money. Some other common leaks are overthinking. Obviously, doom scrolling is a huge energy leak. Even people and relationship management. Maintaining identities that no longer fit. Same goes for staying attached to draining dynamics. I think just constantly reacting to things instead of directing. Fragmented energy often shows up as inconsistency, inability to commit to things, collapse and reinvention cycles, confusion, lack of clarity, exhaustion, and lots of procrastination. The best way to approach this is using the 5-domain system. You want to start with your foundation, making sure that you have a steady and stable nervous system baseline, that you have safety around you and inside of you. You're able to maintain healthy rituals. As long as all that is good to go. What we want to start with, I think, really as a kind of barometer for your resources and energy is your identity and direction. You need to be aware of your values, right? And you need to be aware of who are you actually, because so many of us and our life architecture is essentially inherited or adaptive. It is an extension, a material manifestation of a version of us that we did not actually self-author. So resources and energy is where you take that awareness of, okay, so here's who I authentically am. That's who I was. And my schedule right now still reflects who I was. This is literal sovereign architecture. It builds momentum and it compounds into growth in other ways as well. It's coming from the intention of sovereignty, of redefining or taking more ownership of how you're using your time and your resources. And the same exact concept or principle applies to how you're spending your money, where you live, who you hang out with, what you're eating. It's basically doing an audit and saying, what is conscious? What is inherited, adaptive, or just simply unconscious? And where can I start bringing more consciousness and intention and authenticity? Your foundation creates the safety that you need to build, and that comes first. And if your identity is not conscious or self-authored, neither is the trajectory that you're on. And once all that's cleared up, then you can see how your patterns are determining the behavior that is sustaining the direction that you're on. We can get to a clearer place with our resources and energy and identify whether or not our life is sustainable or conducive to the path that we want to be on. Real transformation is not just becoming more self-aware. That is only one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is becoming resourced enough to expand sustainably. I'm going to link below the original 5-domain system overview video, foundations video, identity and direction video, and patterns and conditioning video, because they all come first. They go in order. Also, if you are interested in really kind of diving into this framework and applying it to your own life, I'll link that below as well. It comes with a self-scoring assessment tool, as well as a more than 30-page extensive and comprehensive guide. Or if you want some additional help and guidance, I also offer one-on-one clarity sessions. So I'll drop that link below as well. We do real-time application and we create a full plan to get you on track. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I will talk to you very, very soon.